the Hi Tech Nomad here, and today we're going to take a look at the Chrome 15 Spin, the Spin version of the Chrome 15, which you know I love. I'll put a link for the video I did. I just love this unit. I love it so much that I wanted to get a couple more. I realized that the Spin 15 is, at this particular point, at the time of this video, there's only $15 difference between the non-Spin version and the Spin version. So for 15 bucks, I was like, all right, well, let's take a look at the Spin version and see where it differs. Now, do your homework and check out some of the big box stores. I won't mention which one. Best Buy. If you go and you take a look, there's a curious thing. I don't know who is doing the specification parts of the website, but they don't know the products. My point is that these are exactly the same unit, with the difference being that this one spins and this one does not. But you can't tell that by looking at the specs, which is another reason I wanted to do this video. For example, it says that this one has a webcam, which we all know it does. It says this one does not have a webcam. Well, it doesn't look like it does, but it does in fact have a webcam, and in fact there's a big sticker proudly displaying wide field webcam. But again, if you go by what it says on the internet, it doesn't match up. It also says that this one has a backlit keyboard, but this one does not, and that this one has a touchscreen, and this one does not, when clearly it does. So I just wanted to make that absolutely clear. I'll put the two model numbers because there is a version of this unit. Some of you have been buying this unit and buying the Celeron version, which does not have a touchscreen. Okay, so you want to get the Pentium version. I'll put the links down below for the two units. This is the non-Spin version. This is the Spin version. Let's put this aside and take a look at the Spin version. This has a linen feel. I was afraid that was going to get scratched up. That didn't happen. So linen feel is a nice addition. The other thing is it's a little tougher to open, but again, that's because of the hinge. There are 4 rubber extrusions coming from this unit, and the reason for that is that they actually expect you to take and do this. Now, when you do this, they don't want it to, you know, get a keyboard stuck or get something messed up, but sometimes I hit those with my hand, so I do notice them. The other thing is that when you're anything past a 45-degree angle, the keyboard stops working, which makes sense. So if you actually were trying to do a presentation, you would need to either use the touchscreen or an air mouse where you can just sort of hold it in your hand and use it like a magic wand, Chromebookus Maticus. Now, you might notice that the screen is upside down, and that's because it does not automatically rotate. There's no accelerometer or anything in there to know that we've actually changed it. It took me a while to find that out. So what you would do is bring it back to this mode here, and it is Control Shift Refresh. And if you do that, you'll notice that it will move around clockwise until you get it the way that you want. Remember, you got to do that before you turn it, because once you turn it, as I said, the keyboard's going to stop working. Just like the 15, it has all the ports that I love. It's got 2 USB-C ports on either side, so you can power it up from either side or plug something in on either side. You have a Type A on either side. What they've done is they've put the volume rocker on one side and the power button on the other. Remember, we just said when we go like this, the keyboard stops working. So how am I going to turn the volume up and down? Well, that's what this rocker's for. And how am I going to turn it on and off? And again, that's why the button's on this side. Other than that, it's the same. It has a micro USB slot. It has a Kensington lock. Anybody have a Kensington lock anymore? I'm sorry, if you're from the Kensington company, you need to send me a new lock so I can see what that's like. But I haven't had a Kensington lock in quite some time.
Now, it doesn't seem like a big difference on paper, with the Acer 15 coming in at 4.3 pounds and the Spin version coming in at 4.8 pounds. But with your eyes closed, you can definitely tell the difference between these two units. If you like the feel of a heavier unit, something that feels a little bit more premium, then I'd say go with the Spin 15. But if you're like me and every once in a while you're carrying this thing all around town, and a lot of times I'm laying in bed and I have it on my chest, that Spin 15 feels like a torture device. Speaking of the Spin feature, Honestly, I don't see myself using it that much. At 15.6 inches, I think even for me with my huge baseball mitt-like hands, I find this just a little too big to use as a tablet. So I'd say if you want the extra feature of the Spin, and you don't mind spending an extra $15 and you don't mind the extra weight, then go with the Spin 15. But if not, I'd say the champ is still the Chromebook 15 from Acer. We're going to be starting a new series called Switching to a Chromebook, because a lot of people want to switch to a Chromebook. They're not sure how, they're not sure why they should. And so we're going to have a big series on that very soon. So you want to be sure to click the subscribe button so that you'll be notified as soon as that comes up. Until the next time, this is the Hi Tech Nomad signing out.